Please give it up for the smartest people in the world, 2.5 Mensa.
Wow.
Good evening, everybody.
Hello. Hello, what a fine looking audience.
Fantastic.
Lovely.
Hi. We are
Yeah.
2.5 Mensa.
Yes.
We are the smartest people you will ever meet.
Yeah. I know you've probably seen us around Pig before. We do a couple of things. We're comedians, and we place our hand in a lot of jars, but the biggest jar by far is our love of knowledge.
Yes.
And you might not know this about us, but in our off time, we also hold multiple degrees from multiple universities and online courses that you can choose to take should you want. And we have just a vast wealth of knowledge.
So much.
Yeah, so much so that we decided we'd take a little break from the comedy this evening. Do you all a service of coming out here and just we asked you guys to give us some questions tonight, some things that you maybe wanted to know, that you didn't know, or something that you might think you know, but you're not sure.
Yeah. Yeah, you're welcome, everyone.
We know it, is what we're trying to say.
Right. And, definitely break from the comedy. So why don't we start off with the question?
I think that's a fantastic idea, Jim.
It's great.
Ah.
It's so smart, this one.
Who is Waldo from Where's Waldo based on?
Oh, well, actually, that's it's a little bit of history and a little bit of literature. And
Yeah,
I love
this
that question.
tracks
So
that.
thank you, question
Yeah.
asker. Not a lot of people realize this, but the character Waldo of the Where's Waldo fame is also based on famous author Ralph Waldo Emerson, who famously journeyed into the woods to get away from society because he wanted to leave behind the trappings of a modern conventional world and learn how to be himself on his own, and so he traveled. But what people don't know about Ralph Waldo Emerson is that he wore things that blended into his environment so well that he was lost for an incredible amount of time. At least, I believe, 12 to 13 years of his life. He was spent in large crowds, unable to find his way home. Nobody could tell where he was. Nobody offered to help him whatsoever.
Yeah. And while the Where is Waldo books that we're also familiar with don't have any words, they graphically display a transcendental writing, much like Ralph Waldo Emerson wrote back in the late 1800s when he was known as the father of modern transcendentalism.
Yeah, I think it's a testament to how awesome and powerful his work is that it can be completely translated to children's book form without using a single word or character.
Yes.
Yeah, really
I think it
beautiful.
really is a testament to the human spirit.
It is
Yeah.
exactly as interesting in graphic children's book form as it is actually reading the words of his books.
Incidentally, Emma here actually has a PhD from Brown University,
In
specifically
Waldo
in
Studies.
Waldo Studies. Yes.
Yeah, well, it's interesting because, the roots of the word where, in Shakespearean times, wherefore, meant, who. So in essence, it meant who is Waldo.
Yeah.
And that was really the deeper level of it, because we're searching for him, sure, geographically, but also we're searching for him in here.
Yeah, and we're all in a weird way, in a beautiful way. We're all Waldo.
We're all Waldo.
We're all just wandering.
And where are we?
Yeah.
And while we are Waldo, we're all searching for our inner Waldo.
Yeah. I don't know about you guys, but it's a little ritual of mine. Sometimes when I'm feeling a little stressed out with my daily life, I like to go home. I like to put on a nice pot of green tea, light some candles, open up my favorite Where's Waldo, sit cross-legged on the floor, and just trance out and just try to find my Waldo.
Try to find my inner Waldo. Yeah. On good days, I do.
Well, you're better at it than I am. I've been looking for Waldo for years now.
Aren't we all, though?
I know.
Aren't we all?
It's a never-ending quest.
Oh, why don't we? I feel like we've
Yeah.
delved into the depths
So
of that.
whoever wrote
Right,
that
well,
question, you're welcome.
Yeah,
Yes.
you're
I think
welcome.
we'll move on to another question.
Yeah. Give me a second.
Take your time.
It's a really delicate process.
How do solar panels work? The
Well,
age-old question.
you're the electrical engineer,
We've
Jerry.
been asking for this for years. Yeah.
One of many things.
Yeah.
The sun is a star.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
That's a good fun
It's
fact.
not
Yeah.
just a really hot planet, ladies and gentlemen.
No, not. A lot of people think it is,
Not
like
anymore.
a big steaming moon. No. The sun is a star. The name of the sun as a star is Solaris. All right?
Beautiful.
Thank you. Solaris is actually the Latin word. It came during the Roman days. The Latin word for alternating current electricity. So the way solar panels actually work is they are propped up, they're capturing the beams from Solaris, or as it's translated into English, from alternating current electricity. From that one, it converts it directly into iPhone battery power.
That's correct.
It's a common misconception among people that we have different means of generating electricity and that they all have turbines and different things. 99% of what you use in your day-to-day life that runs on electricity is actually just from a bunch of iPhone batteries that have been taped together in a warehouse somewhere near where you live. And it pulls the energy from the sun through the solar panels to power the iPod batteries that then in turn produce a giant, let's just call it one giant iPhone battery that then powers everything else from your laptop to your television, your air conditioning, or even your iPhone.
There's one in every major city. People don't know about it, but
Well, they never read the terms and conditions. You never see it.
That's
online.
right. That's right. It's clearly stated in them.
I mean, you know what? It's a good read. If you ever get the chance to actually read the top to bottom terms and conditions of your
lyrical.
Apple licensing
Beautiful.
agreements, I mean, Emerson was a fantastic writer. He was the
Right.
father of transcendentalism. I'm not going to say anything bad about the man, but the man who wrote the Apple terms and conditions that we have today, from its original,
Yeah.
from the original Greek all the way up to the now
the
modern
hieroglyphic
iteration of
terms
it.
and conditions,
Yes.
translated.
I believe it's one of the best pieces of literature
It is
in
fantastic.
human history.
You know,
An epic poem,
Yeah.
really.
if you really do read it closely, if you really pay attention, you can actually find Waldo in there.
Yeah,
Oh,
and you'll
yeah.
find Waldo in beer.
It all connects.
Would you like to go ahead and take
Oh.
the next?
Okay. All right. How can we achieve perpetual motion? Huh. Well, let me tell you something about the word perpetual.
Yeah.
It means keep going.
Yes.
Did you know that?
Did you know that? So perpetual motion, how can we achieve it?
Oh.
Well, we can't sleep.
Right. You've got to keep moving.
You've got to keep moving. That's what professional, that's how I say it.
She's from New Jersey.
Yeah.
That's how professional motion is created. You don't sleep. You cut out carbohydrates. Clean eating. 30 days.
Yep.
And then when you introduce those things back into your diet, then you're going to know what's going to keep me going. Okay?
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, there's laws in physics and in thermodynamics that say perpetual motion is an impossibility. And I'm here to tell you, we've run the numbers. They're wrong. It is possible, okay? But you gotta want it real
Yes.
bad, okay? Are you willing to make the commitment of saying, I don't need to sleep. I'll just keep on keeping on with my caffeines, and I'll cut carbs, and guess what? I'm only eating raw food from now on, and that includes meats. Okay? But most people, especially in our modern Western society, don't have the capacity or the wherewithal to make the commitment to perpetual motion. This is a PSA for everybody, okay? We're in the middle of a green revolution right now, okay? We're trying to get off of this iPhone battery-based system that we have. And I think the best bet we have is perpetual motion. So that's why the three of us have collectively formed a united front, a pact, if you will, that we're going to be the first three scientists, humans, to actually commit to starting the perpetual motion that will bring us to the next level of society.
Perpetually,
Yep.
perpetual motion.
We're called perpetualists. We just came up with that last
Yep.
week, but we think it's going to stick.
I'm doing it right now by digesting.
I'm going to eat that paper later. So it's,
I think we have time for one more
I think
question.
we're gonna
Okay.
drop one last knowledge.
One last
Yeah,
bit of
why
knowledge,
not?
one last opportunity to help all of you. Maybe you have SATs coming up or something.
When are we?
When are we?
Now, mind you, not where are we, but when are we? Classic time travel mistake.
Yes.
Big time.
We don't
Yes.
say, where are we, when you get out of your DeLorean. You say,
When are we?
Now, I'm no calendar.
He's not.
I'm a flesh and blood man.
He is.
Yeah, he has many flaws, and that's one of them.
Yeah. So we get that perpetual motion up and running.
Yeah.
But I think it's important to remember that time is in Einstein's words, relative. So to ask when we are is really asking yourself, where are you in relation to your surroundings, to the people around you, to the planet that you're sitting on, to our place in the solar system, in the cosmos? So it's a very deep, deep, puzzling, troubling, gut-wrenchingly problematic question, I think. I mean, I'm no psychologist, but you are.
Right.
So I feel like it's a question of when are we, but it's also a question of how do we wrap our minds around the concept of time.
Of when are we? Well, I first started, I had a phase in college of time travel and just experimenting in that way.
You know, like you do.
Like you do.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
In
know.
between PhDs.
It was the 2010s.
Are you sure about that?
I'm not. Very astute, this one. So yes, I was experimenting, and just to ground myself in when I bought lots of clocks. I bought lots of watches. I was constantly writing stuff down, writing stuff on my arms.
We were pretty worried about her back then.
Yeah.
She's come a long way
It
since those
seemed
early Penny
unsettling,
college days,
but I was really in it.
Yeah.
You know.
I think that question is actually kind of phased wrong. You shouldn't ask yourself, when are we? Because unless you have a friend who's a calendar, you won't know.
We've
We
already
should be-
said that before. I'm not counting.
He's not. You should be asking yourself, when aren't we? And that's right now.
You're never, ever actually in the present moment. Think
Nope.
about it.
Right.
When's now? Just
so I-
missed it.
Shut, now it's in the
You
past.
want to say, oh, we're here?
Nope.
Sorry,
you're
that was
wrong.
2 seconds ago. When did I snap my finger? Just then.
Yep.
We're never actually in the current present moment.
So when are we in the future and the past, not the present?
The present doesn't even really
The
exist.
present doesn't exist. When people say live in the present, that's
Dumb.
That's dumb.
Yeah.
Because
Dumb.
you can't do that. Yeah.
If somebody says that to you, slap them in the face as hard as you can. It's legal because
is.
it's science.
We're also lawyers and we have studied
Yes.
law extensively. So yes, the next time your friend tells you to live in the moment, strike them.
Clock
Yeah.
'em.
Well, I think we actually
Yeah, I see
did
a
a
lot
really good job of summing that one up.
Yeah. I think we really nailed that.
See a lot of steam coming out of ears right now.
Well, you know what? I think maybe we've done ourselves enough of a service. We've done them enough of a service to kind of let them cool off a little bit. Maybe we'll bring some comedy back on.
That's
Yeah,
right.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Starting as soon as we're off the stage.
Well,
Comedy will be right back for you
Yeah.
folks.
ladies and gentlemen, we are 2.5 Mensa, and that is our show. Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
You're welcome.